Good morning, students. I told you that stereoisomerism is of two types. One is geometrical isomerism, which we have already studied, and the second is optical isomerism. Today we will study optical isomerism in coordination compounds. Now, before we study this optical isomerism, we have to understand what is plane polarized light. Ordinary light is made up of 7 colors. If we choose one color out of these 7 colors, we call it as monochromatic light. We call it as monochromatic light. Now, the particle of this monochromatic light, it vibrates in all the directions, in all the 360 degrees, in all the directions it is vibrating. But if we pass it through a Nicol prism, Nicol is a material, if we pass it through a Nicol prism, we get a light which is known as plane polarized light, because the particle of this light now vibrates only in one plane. So this type of light is known as plane polarized light. So students, you have understood what is plane polarized light. Okay. Now, different chemical compounds, they can be divided into two categories: optically active compounds and optically inactive compounds. Suppose we take the solution of a chemical substance and we pass plane polarized light through this solution, and the plane of the polarized light is not affected. We call such compound as optically inactive compound. Fine. Now there are certain compounds, through solutions of these compounds, if we pass plane polarized light, they rotate the plane of polarized light. So such compounds, they are called optically active compounds. Now each optically active compound exists in two isomers. Each optically active compound exists in two isomers. One of the isomer rotates the plane of polarized light towards right. We call it as dextrorotatory. And the other compound, other isomer of that compound rotates the plane of polarized light towards left. We call it as levorotatory. So have you understood? Different compounds can be divided into two categories: optically inactive compounds and optically active compounds. Optically active compound further have two isomers. One is dextrorotatory and one is levorotatory. The isomer which rotates the plane of polarized light towards right is known as dextrorotatory, and the isomer which rotates the plane of polarized light towards left is known as levoisomer. Clear? So an optically active compound exists in two isomers. Now think, if I take equal number of moles of the two isomers, dextrorotatory and levorotatory, and I mix them and make a solution of such mixture, and if I pass plane polarized light through solution of such a mixture, then the plane of polarized light will not rotate. So such a mixture, which is obtained by mixing equal number of moles of dextrorotatory and levorotatory isomers, is known as racemic mixture. And the process of preparing such a racemic mixture is known as racemization. So you have understood what are optical isomers and what is the racemic mixture and what is the process of racemization. Now let us see what type of compounds they show optical isomerism. Those compounds which do not have a plane of symmetry, they show optical isomerism. Those compounds which cannot be divided into two equal halves that can be superimposed on each other, they show optical isomerism. Thus, optically active compounds, optically active isomers are non-superimposable mirror images of each other, right? Such molecules which cannot be superimposed on each other are called chiral molecules. Now we will be studying optical isomerism in octahedral complexes. Now octahedral complexes having dientate ligands of the types 1, 2 and 3. Now in the first example I have taken a coordination complex in which to the metal atom 3 dientate ligands are bonded. Dientate ligand is represented by AA. So 3 dientate ligands are bonded, and the example I have taken is of that of a cobalt complex. What is its name, students? It is tris ethane 1,2-diamine cobalt 3 ion. So we will discuss the structures of the two isomers, dextro and levo isomers of this. And the second type of octahedral complexes can be if to the metal atom 2 dientate ligands, that is AA, they are bonded, and 2 ligands of the same type they are bonded. So I am giving two examples of these. One is that of a cobalt complex, and the name is dichlorido bis ethane 1,2-diamine cobalt 3 ion. And the second example which we will discuss, that is cis dichlorido bis ethane 1,2-diamine platinum 4 ion. So these two examples are of second type. Now what is here? 2 dientate ligands, they are attached to the metal ion, and 2 unidentate ligands of same type, they are also bonded. And the third type is MAA X2Y2. It means that to the metal ion, 1 unidentate ligand is bonded, and 1 dientate ligand is bonded, AA, and 2 unidentate ligands of one type and 2 unidentate ligands of other type. So metal atom and 1 dientate ligand and 2 unidentate ligands of one type and 2 unidentate ligands of other type. And what example I have taken is, it is a complex of cobalt. And what is its name? Its name is diamine dichlorido ethane 1,2-diamine cobalt 3 ion. So we will discuss these 4 examples. One example of the first type and 2 examples of the second type, and 1 example of the third type. Now let us look at the figure. See, I have kept a mirror in between. On the left hand side there is a structure which is in which 3 ethane 1,2-diamine ligands, they are linked to the cobalt ion. And look at its mirror image. Now these two things, they are not the dextrorotatory, it cannot be superimposed on the image. So they are optical isomers of this cobalt complex. This is an example of second type. In this, 2 dientate ligands which are ethane 1,2-diamine, they are attached to the cobalt atom, cobalt ion, and 2 unidentate ligands of the same type, here it is chloride ligands, they are attached to the cobalt ion. Okay, now I have drawn the two structures. One is dextrorotatory and its mirror image is also shown. Now see, the dextrorotatory compound, the structure of dextrorotatory compound cannot be superimposed on that of the levorotatory. So they are the two optical isomers of this complex. Now here, yet another example of second type of octahedral complexes is discussed with you. Now see, this is the structures of the two isomers of a platinum complex. Okay, now in this, to the platinum ion, platinum cation, two ethane 1,2-diamine ligands, didentate ligands are attached, and two ligands of same type, unidentate ligands of same type, that is the chloride ligands, they are bonded, right? Now you look at this, the dextrorotatory structure cannot be superimposed on its mirror image, and that is levorotatory structure. So optical isomers which are mirror images of each other and which cannot be superimposed on each other are called enantiomers. If somebody asks you what are enantiomers, so this type of compounds, the optical isomers which are mirror images of each other and which cannot be superimposed on each other are called enantiomers. Now the last example. Now in this octahedral complex, cobalt cation, it is having one didentate ligand attached to it, that is ethane 1,2-diamine, two ligands of one type, that is the chloride ligands, and two ligands of another type, they are ammonia ligands. They are bonded. So on the left hand side is the dextro isomer, and on the right hand side is the mirror image of this isomer. Now this dextro isomer, it cannot be superimposed on its mirror image. So that is, the mirror image is labeled as levorotatory. So dextrorotatory and levorotatory, the two optical isomers of this cobalt complex.